Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. Intention point shifting technique. This is an awesome one, by the way. Now, a lot of people, tension point, I've seen a lot of people talk about how this makes your manifestation more powerful. I don't fully agree with that. I don't disagree. Where you manifest from is the intention point. That is how manifestation happens. Now, shifting your technique is a different thing because many of us can be a little bit out of sorts in how we are trying to approach our manifestation. I'll take one step back. Generally speaking, a manifestation starts because I've got some sort of desire, right? There's something that I would like to happen in my life. So I start reading up on manifestation, law of attraction, whatever, but ultimately I have a desire, and from this desire, I begin to do things to try to help bring this desire into my life. Now, maybe I'm doing inspired action. Maybe I'm imagining living from the end, living from the wish fulfilled, trying to feel like I have it already, trying to walk around knowing that I've got it already. Might be doing combinations of many of these techniques. The intention point is the place where your mind and your heart align. And sometimes, believe it or not, they don't necessarily align quite as closely as you'd like. For those of you that have been listening to my channel a lot lately, I sometimes liken it to the conscious and subconscious, or the speaking to your crew and letting your crew know, hey, this is what I need you guys to do to help me. And so that conscious part of us is doing this thought or this mind work, and then our heart is kind of where some of the underlying things tend to fall in line. There's a great psychologist by the name of Janice Vilhauer, and she made a great point where she talked about how many of us would like to win the lotto. And she had everybody in this TED Talk raise their hands, and she says, all right, of all of you guys out there that have your hands raised, how many of you bought a ticket for the last lottery? And almost everybody's hand came down. And she said the reason for it is not because you believe, disbelieve, all this kind of stuff, but it's more you have this understanding in your own mind that the action of buying a lottery ticket always, in your experience, turns into a no-win, right? You don't win. So the reason you don't play is because you don't win. Problem is, if you want to win, and if that's an avenue we'd like to keep open for manifesting income, and you never actually buy a lottery ticket, well, now your intention point is out of alignment. And how you'll find that frequently is you'll feel bad about it. You like every time you'll think about, I want to win the lotto, that's my desire. And you'll go, did I buy a lottery ticket for that winning? Someone won. Did I buy a ticket? No. And you get kind of upset. Upset feelings are the way you can tell that your intention point is out of alignment. Desires come from the heart. These are important aspects, right? Your heart, love, the heart's desire. It will come from the heart. You've got this idea. You've got this desire. What that means is you had a question, you had something that you would like to see happen, and then a desire occurred. Boom. What the desire is your soul's way of saying, go that way, go over there, go over there. And so our heart is doing everything it can to say, all right, do this, go this way. Perfect. Then the mind's like, all right, I got this. Now, in the case of the lottery ticket, the mind's like, I'm not going to buy a lottery ticket. Are you kidding me, heart? No. I know you desire to win the lotto, but I'm not going to buy one. We never win. What's the point? It's a waste of $1. Come on now. Or it's a waste of $20 or whatever. So instantly there's a disharmony. Or maybe your heart likes somebody, but you never talk to them. You never reach out to them. Every time they walk by in the coffee shop in the morning and you have a chance to just say hi, good morning, something, and you don't. And then you feel that sort of feeling, that sinking, sad, bummy feeling. Why? Because your intention point is out of alignment. Your intention point is not working for you. Your intention point has something wrong with it, and it's basically working against you at this point, or at least not helping. Now, there's a number of places, like I said, your desires come from your heart. Your mind is where your beliefs come from. It's where your intention, your thoughts, your actions, all of these things come from the mind. So again, getting the mind and the heart in alignment is key. And I just gave a couple examples of how we feel when those things are out of alignment. So, for an example, when you have a desire to do something or to have something, and you do absolutely no action at all, meaning I desire to have something and I'm not even doing manifestation techniques. I'm just like, whatever. Like, whatever. This is a bunch of hooey. Yet you still have this desire. You still have this aching in your heart. You still have this knocking on your soul's door, and you're not doing anything. It's got this annoyance to it. So, without action, your desire is voiceless. Your desire, well, it's got a voice, but your desire has nothing to fulfill itself with. So your desire is bummed. Your heart is bummed. So if you've got a desire to do something and literally are doing no action whatsoever, you need to do some action. That's how you shift it. You shift it by, I've got this desire. What are some things that I could do that would step me towards that desire? Do I need to talk to that person? Do I need to maybe buy a lottery ticket? Do I need to maybe text them out of the blue and just say, hey, with all this crazy stuff going on in the world right now, I just wanted to say I hope you're okay, even though I'm in a no conversation phase right now. Some things change. Sometimes life happens. Sometimes you need to adjust. So if you've got a desire and you're not doing actions, you're going to feel out of sorts. Way to fix that? Do some actions. Try stuff. Try one or two things. Let some inspired action happen. Ask yourself to show yourself something you could do. What's an idea of something that I could do that would help bring this desire in my heart to fruition? Crew, help me see what that could be. And then see what shows. Believe me, answers will come. And when they do, follow with some action. Continue having the desire. Awesome. That's your soul talking to you. But then from the mind point, let's get some actions in there. Let's get some actions that help us take steps towards that. When your actions line up with your heart's desire, one, your manifestation wheel gets cruising. Two, you're actually stepping towards your dream. So you're starting to see things. You're seeing coincidences and all sorts of crazy, awesome stuff. So one way to work towards it. What if you've got desire and you have action? Oh my gosh, you might find that it's working good. Sometimes, and sometimes not. And this is where kind of another aspect comes into play, right? So if you've got a desire and you're definitely doing action, but you're still frustrated, now we get into kind of phase two. Here's where you need to kind of look at it a little bit differently. So let's say we've got action, and let's say that the action I have doesn't equal, at least in my mind, the lottery ticket we'll use as an example, but the expectation is it's a waste of time. The expectation is this doesn't work. The expectation is, why would I do that? There's no point. The expectation is I'm not supposed to contact them. I'm not supposed to because I've made some rule in my mind. So desire is to contact them, but my mind's got this crazy rule, so I can't, so I'm at odds. It's like I want to act, but I can't. I'm doing all this meditation stuff, but I don't want to reach out to them. Well, again, if you've, one, put blockers on actions that are acceptable or not acceptable. Again, if you're stalking somebody and you're texting them constantly, yeah, pull it back a little bit. So I'm not dealing with the hyperbolic extremes, no. But if we're in a normal situation, normal world, and you don't blow up their phone every day, and for some reason you're not texting them because you're trying to get them to text you first, and you feel weird about it, you're having issues with it, well, the reason is it's not a very successful path for you, at least, right now at least. So maybe just saying, hey, I hope you're okay. Hey, did you pick up some toilet paper? Ha 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 ha, right? Like whatever your way of sort of kind of cutting in a little bit of maybe a sense of humor, maybe just out of care and concern, but it's saying hi, no expectations, don't have to say anything back. I was just thinking about you, and it feels good when you send the text message, doesn't it? It didn't feel good when you're like, no, I can't text him, and then you're like, heart's like, but I want to talk to him. And you're like, no, brain's like, no, we can't do that. So again, heart and mind aren't in alignment. Attention point, your intention point is not in alignment. It's not working for you. So if we've got actions we're doing that don't work, or if we've got filters that are prohibiting us from being able to move forward, I want to get a job, but I've got some rule in my mind that I'm not going to post for anything online, just not going to do it. Well, then yeah, you're going to feel bummed about stuff and probably not have a very successful go at getting a job. Now, yes, there are other avenues that you could bring stuff in. I'm not saying it's never going to happen. I'm not saying it's impossible. What I am saying is when you close off an avenue for something to come to you, when you take an avenue for a how out of play, Oftentimes your heart stops being real happy with you about it. Example, I want to increase my income, but I never buy lottery tickets. Why? Why not? There's millions of dollars, and why couldn't I possibly win? Now, when I buy lottery tickets, do I go and buy 100 of them at a time? No. I need one to win. That's it. That would be silly to buy more than that. Again, if I'm trying to win money and I want the lotto's how option to be open to me, and then I just buy a lotto ticket, great. My desires are happy. I'm at least playing. Can't win if you don't play, right? All these cool things are in line, and I'm feeling better about it. If I go and every time I play and I spend $50 and buy 50 quick picks, and then I walk away and I'm like, I just don't know why I don't feel good about this. Or every time the lotto happens and I see that all 50 of them didn't win and I don't feel good. The reason you don't feel good is your action's ridiculous for what you're trying to do. You're actually going into debt to try to win money. That's not going to work either. Again, balance your intention point where your beliefs and mind and all these things and actions are in line with what your desire is. Your desire is your soul saying, yes, that thing you want is possible. Go that way. And then your mind has the ability to kind of control things and decide what direction the ship's going, to call out to the crew, hey, crew, help me out. Your mind has that ability. And if it's distant from if it's away from what your heart's trying to create, you start having all sorts of problems. So, back to the good point, if your actions actually match your expectations, you feel good. So just to recap, you have a desire. It's a voice from your soul telling you the thing that you want, this relationship, this higher income, this better job, whatever it is, this enhanced living condition. So now all of a sudden you've got a desire to get a new career. Now all of a sudden you're bored in your personal career. All right, well, your heart's saying, all right, go this way. You want to enhance your career. Now, a lot of people can say, yeah, but you can use law of attraction to do all sorts of things and have a bag of money fall out of the sky from an airplane and land right in your backyard. Yes, you definitely could. And so when people say, well, you shouldn't try to do your job thing, I disagree. If you happen to be maybe like me, where you actually do well professionally and can do even better, well, there's nothing wrong with doing even better. You still might be able to open up other streams of revenue. That bag of money may still fall from the sky and land in your backyard, but you know what? It's going to happen while you're making 25% more money in your job. So again, if you've got hopes to expand and suddenly you've got a desire to change positions, change career, change companies, that's part of moving forward. And then your head kicks in and goes, no, I don't want to do that. No, you're not going to feel good. Pay attention to how these things are happening. Pay attention to the alignment. Heart saying one thing, heart sometimes screaming one thing, and your brain's got its own mind, if you will. And sometimes these things don't happen. And when you have them out of alignment, your manifestation doesn't happen or essentially is delayed. Delayed because eventually you're going to change your song, you're going to change the way you're going about it, and then you'll be successful. So it's delayed in that you can change what you're doing. If you continue down the path, probably won't manifest it. Listen to how you feel about things, if that's even possible. Pay attention to those feelings. Understand those feelings are the guidance you seek. Shift your intention point. If your beliefs are out of whack, look at your beliefs. Look at altering those. Do a number of affirmations, do them over a period of time, and beliefs actually start to shift into new beliefs. You've not doing action because you've made up some rule that I can't do X, and X is the thing you need to do. You need to change your rules. Sometimes rules are meant to be broken. Sometimes rules should never have been made to begin with. And sometimes you just got to do what feels right. And sometimes what feels right isn't what your little brain came up with. So how you shift is you pay attention to what's going on and why. You assess what it is that I'm not doing, and you make a shift there. And when you shift the thing that you're not doing quite properly, and you get it in alignment with the other parts of yourselves, you will see amazing things happen. Dan, Radio Style.